Hey everyone, this is Zeffy. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Zeffy back for another Kingdom Hearts card review, and we are on week 28, and I'm actually going to be reviewing a friend card, and it's going to be Pinocchio, level 1, +1 support value. However, he has an effect, it's called Liar. You may discard this card from your friend area and declare a card name during your action phase. If you do so, your opponent reveals his or her hand and discards all cards with that name you declared. That's an interesting card, Pinocchio. It can be very effective, very powerful. Definitely hand control is very useful. It's not something that will always hit, so you may declare a card name, and they may not have that card in their hand, they may not end up discarding, but you'll be able to see their hand, you can read their hand, so it's always good to at least have that information as well, so you'll be able to see their hand and know what they have, and so then you'll have information. So it's always good to have information when you're dueling against somebody. In Yu-Gi-Oh, that's why we play cards like Trap Dust Shoot. We make them discard a monster, and if they don't have a monster, we still get to see their hand and know what they have in their hand, so we can respond and set up our strategy against that, and we kind of know what cards they're going to be playing and what to expect. So it's definitely useful to have Pinocchio anyways, regardless of whether you get them to discard that card or not. But if they do have that card in the hand, or if they have multiples of that card, they'll be losing a lot, and you'll stop that strategy, whether it's an attack card or it's a soul eater or whatever the case may be. So if they're holding like one card in their hand, and you look through their graveyard, a discard pile, and you see like a bunch of cards, and you're like, what, I think it could be an Oblivion, I think it could be an Ultimate Weapon, I'm going to call that, and you find out what it is. Well, let's say it was Oblivion, well, you get rid of it, and or an Ultimate Weapon, but let's say you were wrong and it ends up being like the opposite, you call Ultimate Weapon and it ends up being Oblivion. Well, now you know how much support value they have. They have +10 in their hand, plus you can add up everything on the field, so you know what you can respond to and challenge with, and if you could overcome the amount of support value they have in regards to your support value, and see if you'd be successful in that challenge, or playing Heartless on the world, so you can kind of base your strategy off what they have to kill off that Heartless. Maybe say, okay, I was going to play this one, but it'd be better off to play a different Heartless because of what they have in their hand and on the field, so you try to build around that. So it's definitely a useful card, Pinocchio, and definitely will help you be informed and make better decisions at the very least, and if not, at the most, it'll help you discard 1, 2, 3 copies of something that you don't want your opponent to have, and it'll clear that out of the way. You'll be able to overcome that. So just keep that in mind. Keep an open mind with Pinocchio. It can be very useful. It's not like the best card in the world. I mean, you may only want to run like 1 if you do run it, or maybe 2. But you don't want to overcommit to it, because if you overcommit, it's not going to do much for you. Yeah, you know what they have, but you don't have any. But oh look, I have 2 Pinocchios in my opening hand. That's not the best thing you want to open with. So realize that as well, is that you don't want to overcommit to Pinocchio. That's why running like 1 or 2 may be really successful, and maybe decent, or maybe you just run like 1, if at all. So don't overcommit to it. It's nice to be informed, but you need to have cards to back up to counter what you're informed about. So Pinocchio will just tell you, but it's not going to do much for you after that. So be aware of that. Alright, thanks guys. See you later.